What's going on, babe?
Hey, babe, how was your day?
It was actually pretty productive. Happy to be home.
Good. You know, we got a game today. Honey, they're a little rough around the edges.
I mean, I'm saying I've been working all night, taking care of business, getting to the... You know what? I don't even want to talk about it. I got you. I'm not trying to be out here looking like a dusty, and that's why I'm excited to have T. Hanley as a sponsor of today's video. They help me start and maintain my skincare routine by making the entire process uncomplicated. Honestly, it's the best skincare system for guys like you and me. I recommend you start with their level 1 system, which come with all of the basics: a daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin, a 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of the dead skin cells, an AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun, and a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. My favorite part about Teach Hanley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. In addition to amazing skin, members of Teach Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price and the ability to customize your box. And because Teach Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an amazing deal. Just click the first link in the description. You'll get 30% off your first box plus a free gift. Click the link and get started today. We're taking care of ourselves. Self-care, fellas, is the first step to be able to get to that bag, to take care of business, and be on top of things and level up in every aspect of your life. Feel the Teach, my friends. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Oh my goodness. Listen, before we even get started today, I need to make sure that y'all can hear me well. Can y'all hear me well? I need to make sure that the chat can hear me well. I'm going to have to change the name of this real quick. Let me see. Brittney Griner sentenced to 9 years. This is breaking news. Iman Shumpert arrested. Charleston white says young thug need 10 years. Plus young thug 10 years. This is going to be a heck of a show today, y'all. I'm changing the name of the show completely. Completely. This is insane. Yo, listen. I'm gonna jump straight into the show. Let me get the housekeeping out of the way. Can y'all hear me good? Like, audio isn't 100% clear. Let me see if I can switch up the audio a little bit. Is that better? Is the audio a little bit better for you? I need to make sure that the audio is clear. Is the audio a little bit better for y'all? I'm live streaming from the Sky Club. I'm waiting on my flight. And this is absolutely insane. Hopefully that's a little bit better for y'all. I need to make sure that my audio is completely clear before we get started. Before we get started, I want to make sure that my audio is 100% clear. I need y'all feedback. I need y'all to participate with me. Okay, it's worse? Oh, it's perfect. All right. So listen. We gon' pivot a little bit, all right, ladies and gentlemen? We gon' pivot slightly. And the reason why we gon' pivot is because I wasn't expecting the news to come out immediately about Brittney Griner. But I need to deep dive into this really quickly. So let me share my screen with you guys. First, hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, and then last but not least, shout out to my bag chasers. Bag chasers is in the building, on the Patreon. It said turn up the volume. I'm in the airport. I don't know how to go any higher than I'm going, Bill. Well, that's because, I'm in the airport. It's a lot of people around me. Y'all want to see what's going on all around me? Let me show you. Let me show you Rita. We got that. See Rita over there? See her right there? Yep. I'm in a Sky Club, so I'm all the way in the back in the Sky Club having a good conversation. So I'm good. We gonna kick it. We gonna work through it. All right. I'm doing the best that I can with the equipment that I got. Don't have my microphone on me. None of that. I'm on my way to Atlanta. Here, I'm gonna switch over into the AirPods. See if I can get a little bit better. Hopefully, y'all can hear me a lot better now. Might be a little bit different of a sound, but hopefully, y'all can hear me a little bit better. So this is what we're gonna do. Make sure y'all jump into the Patreon. I dropped a video yesterday that basically broke down where our next meetup is going to be, to build the business updates, everything like that. So if you want to go in a direction that group of people is going in that you need to be going in, you need to tap into the Patreon, all right? So if you need to kick it with me and book me for a personal call, make sure you email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com, and we're going to get it popping. I'm going to drop straight in. Shout out to T. Hanley, sponsor of the stream. Let me share my screen with you guys, all right? So, woo, look how much taller she is than everybody else. Look how much taller she is than everybody else. Brittney Griner found guilty, sentenced to, she faces up to 9.5 years inside of a Russian prison. Oh my God. Oh my God. Shout out to Joshua Wells. Give Joshua Wells a congratulations for joining the Patreon and becoming a part of the Bag Chasers. We appreciate you, Joshua. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the greatest show on earth. Check it out. We're just going to break this down. Brittney Griner, who has been detained in Russia, I need them to be a little bit more quiet, has been detained in Russia for over 5 months, was found guilty on drug charges in a Moscow area court on Thursday. That is today. Today, literally. Found guilty on drug charges. The judge found that Griner had criminal intent. They said she had criminal intent and said she is guilty of smuggling and storing illegal drugs. Now, the question that we want to ask ourselves before we really start deep diving into this is, how do we determine what is fair? How do we determine what is fair? Because on one hand, you can say, well, this is egregious. This shouldn't happen. She shouldn't get that amount of time, so on and so forth, right? And then on the other hand, you got to say, but you can't put what we say, or you can't put our laws and our customs on what they doing in other countries. And this is why when we were having a conversation last Thursday on the People Let's Talk, I said, when in Rome, you got to move how Romans do. When in Rome, you can't sit here. I'm going to play a video from Iman Shumpert. I got it loaded up already. I'm going to play a video on Iman Shumpert. And he was just on a podcast, and I think I did this show last week. And he was talking about, how we moving over here, and especially if it's legal over here, and you should be able to do what you want to do, and she should get her home, and they should trade in the prisoner, the Russian death sentence man, to go and get her. How can you put our customs on other people? And that's why when I was doing a show last week, and we was just talking about tipping. I'm gonna bring it all the way around. We was talking about tipping, right? And the dude was like, yo, in other cultures around the world, and I dropped a video yesterday saying that people that don't tip is trash. I don't go out and I don't hang with people that don't tip, right? And I seen some people in my comments like, fellas, y'all need to get out and travel more so that we can do more things in the United States of America that's more culturally sound around the world. But around the world, they not moving how we moving here. Listen to this. Guilty. Faces 9.5 years. Guilty. They not doing what we doing here. It seems like the United States is the only place where you can impress outside cultures on what goes on here. But if you go on over there, they're going to be like, suck a fat one. This is how we moving. You broke the law, and you're going to face 9.5 years in prison. 9.5 years. Look. Let me tell you something. This is what men have been experiencing forever. Y'all wanted to play fair. Y'all wanted to have this conversation. Y'all wanted to be equal across the board. This is what men have been going through for an extended period of time. Lil Black Duck 2001, thank you for the super chat. Says, good morning, bro. Safe, travel safe, and thank Rita for the feedback. One sentence helped us reshape how we'll present our product to the public. Yo, had a call. Lil Black Duck. One sentence helped him reshape how we'll present our product to the public. Shout out to you, big dog. I appreciate you for the super chat. Also, thank you, Kevin Robinson says, she thought the Elemental PRSQ Mafia could save her. Nope, not over there. See, we the only place that allow you to get away with that crap. And so the question then becomes, again, facing 9.5 years, the question then becomes, what is fair and what isn't? Let's deep dive. Shout out to Kevin Robinson. I appreciate you for the super chat. Let's deep dive, y'all. Griner, 31. You wanted to be a man? Here you go. You wanted to be a man? Here you go. Isaiah, there will be a Lapeef Let's Talk show tonight. And interestingly enough, we all gonna do it in the same room in person. Don't worry, I'm gonna get to that in a little bit. Listen, we got some stuff cooking up for y'all. Griner, 31, Houston native who plays professional basketball for the Phoenix Mercury, was detained on February 17th at the airport as she was returning to Russia to play in the WNBA's offseason after she was accused of having vape cartridges containing hashish oil, which is illegal. This is the key. It's illegal in that country. It's illegal in that country. No matter how you spin it, you can't impress upon another nation your rules, your laws, how you decide to move. You cannot do that. It's not your choice. It is not your choice. When in Rome, you do as Romans do. When in Rome, you do as Romans do. Okay? And it's funny because Jim Rat, you are 100% right. So here's another thing, right? And I'm gonna tell you, I don't feel sorry for her. Call me mean, call me angry, call me whatever you want to call me. Just don't call me broke. I don't feel sorry for Brittney Griner. I don't, and I shouldn't feel sorry for her because this is what I'm gonna tell you. The multiple reasons why I don't feel sorry for her. A, this is what you signed up for. This is what you signed up for. Because you decided that you wanted to go and get that bag and go over there and do what you wanted to do. And, you didn't even want to stand for the national anthem. And then you want to call for Biden to come over there and come and get you. Then you want to call. Listen, we had two United States soldiers over there that were rotting away. But then we were supposed to prioritize Brittney Griner. And for what? This chick wouldn't even stand for the national anthem, and now she wants people to come and advocate and get her out. You can't have your cake and eat it too. See, here's the key. And we always talk about freedom of speech and being able to say and do what you want to do, but you don't have freedom from consequences. So ultimately, what happens is when you do what you want to do, you get out there on the island on your own. And that pissed me off. I'm going to be honest with you. It pissed me off last week when we were having a conversation and they was talking about tipping. And then people start having conversations talking about what they do in other countries. I don't care what they do in other countries. We move like this over here. You adapt to, but we so busy being this matriarchal society. Whereas in Russia and China and all across the world, they're still largely embracing this patriarchal movement. You are right, Osriel. It is not a freedom from consequences. And so when you went over there, no matter how we feel, and this is my personal opinion, no matter how we feel, the truth is the truth and their laws are their laws. I heard over there in Rita, what's the Asian country where they had Crazy Rich Asians or something like that? Remember that Crazy Rich Asians or whatever?
Was it Korea?
No, it was like Singapore or something like that. And I heard that it's, because it's a very rich country and all of that, right? And yeah, I'm gonna get to that Pelosi thing too with her drunk husband. It's funny because when you start to break it down and you think about it, right? Over there, I heard that if you litter, you can get arrested. You could just throw stuff on out the window. I see people flicking cigarettes. Man, a cigarette almost hit my S-Class the other day, and I was pissed. Dude flicked it out the window, and I almost crashed the road trying not to have that cigarette that he flicked out of the window go on my S-Class. I was pissed. You could flick that up over here, but over in Singapore, you litter, you getting arrested. So now I can't go over there and say, but over in America, no, they're going to be like, eat a fat one. When you go over there, you get treated a little bit differently. Hey, how you doing, love? When you go over there, you get treated differently. This ain't love and basketball. This ain't no movie. And so here's the thing. It's two things that's in play right now, right? A, you in another place, so you're supposed to do what you're supposed to do. B, you want it equal, and this is what men have been dealing with for an extended period of time. And now we're not going to give no special privileges just because you're a woman. And you wanted to be a man. And you wanted to be a man. Listen, Brittney Griner has a wife. The same way that Anton got a wife. What you want me to do? If they could get her home, cool. But at what cost? And it's still the consequences. I want to know if Biden go over there and get her out, is she going to then stand for the national anthem? That's what I really want to know. If Biden go out there and get her out, and they trade the Russian merchant of death over to get Brittney Griner out, but they leave one of them other soldiers over there. They leave one of them soldiers over there and they go and get her out because everybody is advocating for her. Then what? I'm going to play something for y'all real quick, and then we're going to come back to this story. This is Iman Shumpert specifically talking about Brittney Griner. I had this loaded up. Tell me God ain't good all the time.
No, something happened over the weekend, and it had me super frustrated, right? So we was watching the WNBA game, All-Star game.
That Brittney Griner still on?
Nah, we're going to talk about that too. But I was talking about the All.
This was a week ago. About a week ago. This is about a week ago.
Oh yeah, she still. Let's talk about that first.
No, let's not. Let's talk about this trophy.
No. We're gonna talk about this.
No, we talk about the trophy. We can talk about the trophy. She right. We'll get back to that because why she not home?
Okay, all right, cool.
Right, and that's just some whole detail.
Remember when I did a breakdown on this, y'all? Showbo G says, spent 3 years in South Korea and respected their country and laws. As a soldier, I don't feel sorry for her at all. He said it. He's speaking a sentiment of my heart. You respect the laws of the place that you in, and if you don't know, listen, if you don't know, you better ask somebody. Ain't nobody said to bring no hashish cartridges. Don't nobody care about your glaucoma. Don't nobody care about what you feel and how you doing. Only thing that people care about is if you doing what you're supposed to do over here. Because this ain't USA. You ain't gonna get no slap on the wrist. Listen to what Iman Shumpert is talking about.
That shit.
It's just getting crazy out here. It's like, bro, if that was any of us, y'all have had our ass right home, Joe.
You think so?
Fact.
Interesting that he says that. He says if that was any of us, y'all would have our home. I'm practicing on not cussing. Cool. This was a week ago. Let's go this way. Anton is prepared today. Say it ain't so. Iman Shumpert, arrested for marijuana possession, could face 2 years in jail because he was carrying 6 ounces of trees in a airport over in Texas. This is amazing. It is absolutely amazing how God works. How he put these athletes' feet in their mouth. Now we got Brittney Griner begging to get free. Check it out. Look. It's all going to come together. It all works out beautifully. Former player Iman Shumpert arrested for alleged marijuana possession in Texas. It's not really alleged because he admitted that he had it. Athletes and their trice with recreational drugs never cease to make headlines. The latest to join the list is former NBA champion Iman Shumpert. That's a stretch, but he did get a ring on behalf of LeBron James. Arrested at the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas airport, former Cavaliers player had a sizable amount of marijuana in his bag. So I'm curious, how is it alleged here if he actually had a sizable amount of marijuana in his bag? Let's continue. According to TMZ Sports report, the illegal substance in Shumpert's bag weighed 6 ounces. I don't know if y'all familiar with the streets. But an ounce is a pretty significant amount. Like an ounce is pretty hefty. Back in the day, not me personally, but back in the day, they used to break the ounces down in the dime bags. And even, listen, if you was really dealing with the scum of the earth, then you broke them down into nickel bags. But they was you buy a pound and you can break it down into ounces, or you break that pound down, or you knock it down in dime bags. You sell a little dime bag and people might be able to get a joint or two out of it or whatever. And he had 6 ounces. 6 ounces. Why are you at the airport with 6 ounces of trees? I'm curious. Now, we going to see if Biden gets you out of this one. We going to see if Biden gets you out of it. Look, I did a show where J.R. Smith, I did a breakdown and I said, yo, it doesn't make sense for these guys that are millionaires to still be on that, and they can't get clear in order for them to be able to play a game. I mean, the dude was looking higher than high, and I'm telling you, every single comment. And this is why I don't give a fuck about what y'all say, because y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Every single comment in there was based off of, yo, Anton, you are wrong. They should be able to do what they want to do, even though they don't necessarily own the team or the league. Listen, they should do, and this is the result of it. He walking through the Dallas airport with 6 ounces because it was a slippery slope. And what can you stop saying? Huh? What can you not do? Well, if he should be able to bring 1 ounce or a few grams, why shouldn't he be able to bring 6 while he at it? Iman Shumpert. No way that he's out here trafficking. Why is Iman Shumpert walking around with 6 ounces of trees in his backpack? Somebody help me to understand that. Right after he was caping for Britney. Oh, we're going to break this down today. According to TMZ, the illegal substance in Shumpert's bag weighed 6.12 ounces. The former Georgia Tech player had also tested positive for marijuana using a mobile test. Airport authorities had found a green leafy vegetable in the 32-year-old's bag, which he admitted was weed. Shumpert was to board a flight to L.A. to visit his daughter. However, he would be detained and arrested soon for possession of marijuana. The report further stated the Six Flags guard was placed in handcuffs and transported to jail. Troubles would continue to mount for Shumpert, as with the cops allegedly finding a Glock magazine and 14 9mm rounds in his bag. Bro, you cannot make this. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up. And so the question that I then have for you guys is, at what point do we start holding the people accountable in our community that we are championing and celebrating and saying that they are the best for us? Let me ask y'all again, because I'm going to play this Charleston White video at the end of this conversation. At what point do we start holding accountable? This man has 6 ounces of weed and a Glock magazine with 14 9mm rounds in his bag going through an airport going to L.A. Really? Really? Is this y'all hero? No, many states in the United States have legalized marijuana for recreational and medical uses. The state of Texas doesn't consider the substance legal. On a federal level, the charge is a state jail felony. This is y'all hero. This is your guy. He can be facing 2 years of jail and a fine up to $10,000, though there was no presence of a gun. A Glock magazine has only made matters worse for the former LeBron James teammate. Look, he making LeBron look wrong. He making LeBron stupid now because this idiot right here, right after a week, and this is how God says karma is real. Y'all keep not tipping and see how that play out for y'all. So this idiot was walking through the airport with over 6 ounces of trees, a Glock magazine with over 14 rounds inside of a 9mm casing, or a 9mm clip, basically. And for what? He got kids. He got a wife. Right after he was caping for Brittney Griner. Let's come back to the front of the congregation.
Something happened over the weekend, and it had me super frustrated, right? So we was watching the WNBA game, All-Star game.
That Brittney Griner still on?
Nah, we're gonna talk about that too. But I was talking about the All-Star. Oh yeah, she's still. Let's talk about that first.
No, let's not. Let's talk about this
Ain't this karma, y'all?
trophy.
No. We're gonna talk about this.
No, we talking about the trophy. We can talk about the trophy. She right. We'll get back to that because why she not home?
Okay, all right, cool.
Right, and that's just some
That's
whole
just crazy.
detail. Yeah, that shit.
It's just getting
That's
crazy out
exactly.
here. It's like, bro, if that was any other.
Cliff said, "Who championing these people land time? Y'all. Listen, every time I stand on my 10 toes, like Chicago Rilla says on a regular basis, every time I'm 10 toes down, y'all want to sit there and dispute me. Y'all are in the chat saying, not y'all specifically, but I'm talking about your people, your culture is in the chat talking about Anton is wrong and Anton don't understand the cultural differences and we should embrace everybody and kumbaya and this is the way we should do it and feminism is awesome and rah, 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 rah. I tell you what, I'm in the airport right now. I went straight through security. I ain't got arrested. I tell you what, let's continue. This is what he said.
Y'all had our ass right home, Joe.
You think so?
Facts.
Yes, bro. Yes.
So Steph Curry, Bron.
If Steph Curry had any type of anything going on like that, and you think you gonna get the whole Steph?
Hell no. You ain't holding Steph.
Come on, man.
That's Steph.
Trump went and got ASAP out of there.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? Like, mine's not. I just don't like it, bro. It's making me really. I don't know, bro.
I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. Shout out to Razik. Razik says he's living vicariously through the School of Hard Knocks and never even graduated. I don't feel sorry for none of these gummy bears. Cornballs. Shout out to Razik. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I hate the fact that we champion these people and that they are our leaders and these are the people that we look up to and we give a platform to. Instead of the people that's actually talking about the things and champion the right way to go about doing things so you don't get in this problem in the first place, we sitting here wasting resources, time, and everything, right? Trying to champion for people that are doing the wrong thing on a regular basis. It reminded me of the union, man. Shout out to Kevin Robinson, says, flying into a weed legal state with 6 zips, Pookie and Ray Ray mentality. You are absolutely right. I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I can't stand these dudes. I can't. Because we spend so much time championing and highlighting the worst things for us on a regular basis. And so what happens is, it reminds me of the union. When I used to work at the steel mill at Rouge Steel, right? Well, what happened is the UAW spent the overwhelming majority of their time championing and getting out of trouble everybody that got fired every other week because they was doing something that they wasn't supposed to do. Instead of us actually being able to use our union dues for stuff that was relevant. Instead of now the UAW got a black eye. All of them dudes got arrested. It just aggravates me. Shout out to Mike Love. Mike Love says Biden, the most popular president who left Americans in Afghanistan, the guy who forgets about U.S. soldiers in Russia, the note card press. Stop it. Shout out to Mike Love. You are absolutely right. No, and he should let her rot over there.
No, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing this show. Speak your mind.
The moment you said WNBA, like, it's really making me uncomfortable, bro. It's really not cool. It's like, bro, I can't go on the internet and be like posting like we're with you. Like, nah, G, somebody get y'all ass over here and come get me.
Yeah.
Thanks.
No.
Like, if I had the power to do it, bro, I swear for Lord, I'd fly my ass over there right now. Like, Joe, take her up out of there and stop playing. Let us.
Which is why we don't need no more black presidents. We don't need no more black presidents. We don't need none of y'all in the Senate. We don't need none of y'all in the House of Representatives. We don't need none of y'all in the Congress. You are driving this country to the brink of death.
We'll deal with whatever she got to deal with back here in America. Stop playing.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Like, Mars don't even know where she at. I don't know if she doing good. Like, we ain't getting no reports on, oh, she good. They got her in a nice room.
Yeah.
You
and it's
feel
crazy.
me? They ain't saying they got no
She
camera
doing time
on her.
for this shit.
Gee, it's crazy.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Service USA says, when living overseas, the amount of expats living with self-entitled mindset is astonishing. Get the likes up. Anton is over here cooking. Bro, I can't believe that the likes is this anemic. I'm in here streaming from the airport. I am in the Sky Club, in the Delta Sky Club, waiting on my flight to go over to Atlanta to put on this great show for y'all, and y'all got these likes looking anemic up in this mug. Shout out to Carl Oakley, says, during the deployment to the Middle East, we had a guy get detained for giving U.S. money to foreign nationals. He wasn't allowed home until after a length of period of time. How do you think you get a pass for trees? You don't. I think she should be over there. I think she should serve whatever the sentence is based off of whatever laws that they got going on over there, because you have to know if you're going to go over there and you're going to take their money for playing basketball, you're going to have to abide by their laws. Let's get into the rest of what Iman said, and we're going to go right back over to Brittney Griner.
They talking about 10 years.
Cool. It's not okay, bro. It's not okay because you taking advantage.
And she probably going to do every dime in the
because you got an avatar sitting in the cell. You ain't never seen nothing like Brittney Griner, and you trying to make a little example, and the shit ain't cute, bro. Shorty got real people looking for her, bro. That's not cool. I do not like it. I think it's so fucked up.
Did you see something about the where it said that they were trying to trade her for
a prisoner swap?
Prisoner,
yeah,
for a prisoner that's in the United States.
Do you know that? I don't know if this is true, but they said that nigga name is the Merchant of Death.
Yeah.
I don't think that's an even swap. Like,
right.
Oh no, it is though.
That's what I'm thinking.
She that important though.
Hey, I need y'all to help me to understand something. Is Brittney Griner that important that we should trade her for the Merchant of Death that we have over here? We finally got to the Merchant of Death that was from Russia. Y'all help me. Listen. If we should trade Brittney Griner for the Merchant of Death, hit a dislike button. If we should let Brittney Griner serve out her sentence based off of what she did, because when in Rome, you get treated and you're arrested and you're dealt with according to whatever the policies of that country is saying. Hit a like for the YouTube algorithm if she should deal with whatever consequences that she got coming to her. Hit a like for the YouTube algorithm if she should deal with any consequences that come to her. Hit a dislike if you think that we should trade her for the Merchant of Death. I'm just curious. Hit a dislike if we should trade her for the Merchant. Real talk. Hit a dislike. Because these people, listen, I got one dislike. That's the person that would have a free Brittney Griner shirt on. That is the person whose homeboy sold poison to the community, and then they would advocate for them to get free such and such, even though he killed 7 people when he sold poison to the community. That's that person. The one dislike is the person that's going to do that. Let's continue with what he's saying. Iman Shumpert said it's a fair trade to trade the guy that just got caught at the airport with 6 ounces of weed and some bullets, saying that we should trade the Merchant of Death for Brittney Griner. Let's hear what he got to say.
That's what I'm saying. She is that important, bro. It's not cool, bro. Listen to what
I'm listening to you.
We get what she's saying.
They trying to hold this lady for a pen that she probably forgot was in her bag. Like,
well, she had a lot of them.
You got a lot of them.
I was just saying. I'm just saying facts.
No. See, you see what we doing here? This is what happens. It reminds me of when I'm holding my daughter accountable, right? And let's just say her and her cousin, was doing something in school and my daughter got caught. And I said, listen, why were you doing that over in school? You need to be punished. You grounded. And she said, but such and such was doing it too. We talking about you. What do you mean? She had a whole... Look. As soon as the girl said something and spoke up, he want to shame her. Look how he looking at her. And look how shamed she feel. And then you got the sucker, Biggums. Biggums over there is going to stand down because he's a beta. And so you got the feminist in the middle. You got the woman that told the truth, but she's, scared because she got Iman Shumpert as the guest on the show. And then you got Biggums that's unwilling to be honest about what's going on. So he going to cape. Listen to what happened. I'm going to read the super chat shortly.
Forgot was in her bag. Like,
well, she had a lot of them.
You got a lot of them.
I was just saying. I'm just saying facts. I'm not saying this.
This is what I'm saying. She's a WNBA player.
Yeah.
And she's traveling with a weed pen in a world that it's
you can
legal.
Smoke weed.
You can do whatever you want. So if that shit,
you see that? You see how easy it is for us to get swayed? Listen. This scene right here is an example of what we experience on a regular basis. You have the loudest people in the room are the wrong ones, but because they're the loudest, we subject ourselves to it and it make it seem like they're right. The beta men, Biggums, Thickums over there, is caping because he want to be accepted and he don't want to be looked at as weak, even though later on in the show, Iman Shumpert looked at him as weak. And then the girl over there that actually said something, which was the truth, is being ostracized because the one that is right is usually the one that's shouted over, and so it makes it seem like she's wrong. And the next thing you know, we saying free Ray Ray and free Pookie, and that ain't the way it's supposed to go. Let me get to some of y'all super chats. We gonna break this all the way down. Don't worry. HLC Jr. says a lot of these folks have been hoodwinked and led astray with wrong role models / champions. I agree 100%. Thank you for the 5-ball, my friend. My dog, Astro Sport, says, this is why I agree with you, Anton, but black culture, they gonna call to his freedom. Regardless of what he did, this is embarrassing, bro. Are you calling Brittney Griner the he now? Shout out to Astro Sport. IH says, you are a guest when you travel to other countries. You have to respect the laws even if you don't agree with them. Except for in the United States. You know, anybody can say anything. We even give free handouts to immigrants, illegal immigrants that's not even supposed to be here. Team Torres says she should do every penny of that time. Don't go overseas and break the law. Now we need to put a cape on women and use my tax dollars to save her and trade the merchant of death. Throw that in there, Team Torres. I appreciate you for the super chat. 2 Cents Uncensored says, hi, Anton. Maybe pause the stream until they comply with the likes request. Respect the hustle from the airport. Like, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt just because we're in the airport. I need them to hit the like button because we over here cooking. All right? Astro Sport also says, no, she should serve her time over there. We need to bring shame back. We need to bring, Logic says something on the Lapeef Network the other day that I thought was absolutely positively correct. He says we need to bring the Scarlet Letter back. He said we need to bring the Scarlet Letter back. Block nasty. Kevin Robinson says cognitive dissonance has destroyed this country. I 100% agree. Buck Nasty says, I lived in Kuwait for 2 years and couldn't come home without the Ministry of Defense giving me permission. Black people need to be more strategic, or they probably should just not break the law. Not breaking the law is also an option too. Twizzy says, imagine going into someone's home, breaking their rules, being held accountable by their rule and regulations, and goofies are mad at the homeowner. Ignorance at its best, shaking my head. I can't stand people. Not more than I can. Thank you, Twizzy, for the 10 ball. I can't stand this area, this place and this culture that we live in. I think it is absolutely egregious and toxic. Acadia says it's not legal in the majority of the world. Bring up the map. The West is about it. They don't realize how spoiled they are. Spoiled, rotten. And rotten is the best word. Not just spoiled. They like a bag of bricks mixed with milk and then throwing a little bit of cement and then throwing back down to the bottom of the river, because it's absolutely egregious how these people are moving, because I disagree with everything that they say. Shout out to Stacy Rubin. Stacy Rubin says, for keep pouring in and grinding, I appreciate you. Thank you for the Cash Apps, the link to the Cash Apps, Super Chats. I appreciate y'all, and the Venmos and PayPals is absolutely in the bottom of the chat. Let's continue a little bit more. Let's go back to Brittney Griner first. Before we continue this conversation, let's go back to Brittney Griner. So we know that Iman Shumpert, well, let's go here. We know that first Iman Shumpert was arrested for having six ounces of marijuana in his bag and some gun clips and some bullets in a gun clip. We know that. We know that Brittney Griner is facing 9.5 years in prison after she was found guilty in a Russian prison. 9? I heard that Russian jails, Rita, were like 10 times worse than what these cupcake camps that they got over here in America. No joke. Remember when we used to watch Locked Up International? Locked Up Abroad, was what his name was? Aaron says, folks act like people not serving hard time in this country for the same thing. No, Aaron. Brittney Griner is special. So we got to bring her home because she's a part of the alphabet community, and she's very tall, and she plays in a league where nobody watches. If I didn't have the Lapeef show on Friday, because we got a 2-day event, I'm telling you I would go to
a WNBA game in Atlanta, and I would troll the hell out of that place. I'd buy up the whole arena because we know they're giving discounts for $700. And then I'd go in there and I'd troll them to death. I would get Brittney Griner's T-shirt, put on my shirt, and I would say, keep her there. Matter of fact, I think one of the first pieces of merch that I'm going to drop on the Anton Daniels website that's coming very, 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 very soon, it's going to have a Brittney Griner T-shirt that says, keep her there. I'm telling you, it's going to have a Brittney Griner shirt that say, keep her there. Because this is what men has been doing. Listen, women need to understand what men have been going through. Y'all can't keep getting a pass. Shout out to Logical Faith with the 20 ball. It says, people willingly surrender their power of choice, putting their gate into the hands of the people who have no reason to care about them. It's funny how people who claim to be targeted unjustly willingly break the laws. That's the key word. Thank you, Logical Faith. Willingly. This man was walking through the airport. Him and Brittney Griner, he said, I'm going to test Brittney Griner's theory, and then I'm going to go online. And then Dallas was like, come on here and get these metal bracelets, and let me go ahead and put you in the car, and then you facing 2 years. And he getting the cupcake. He possibly facing 2 years. He probably going to get off because he got a good lawyer. She facing 9.5 years. Let that whole ride. Sway says, Anton, if you do another meetup in D.C., is it cool if I pop out? Absolutely, Sway. You know you my guy. Thought I asked to respect the Patreon. Also, she don't deserve 9 years, maybe 2. No, Sway, you're wrong on that. She deserves 9. She deserves 9. You know why she deserves 9? Because she's in a country where they give out 9 years for breaking a law. And you cannot go in somebody else's house and say, I need to be treated a little bit more fairly. Because that is the same thing that we say that they shouldn't do over here. Somebody can't come into it from another country and then break our laws and then say, hey, but listen, over in my country, we do it a little bit differently. When they break the law over here, should we institute more egregious punishment based off of the fact that in their country it's a lot harder? I'm just asking. I know the airport is considered federal, which is one of the reasons why she shouldn't have been walking around with, he shouldn't have been walking around with 6 ounces of weed, and she shouldn't have been walking around with hashish pens. And I keep telling y'all, man, shout out to Sway, my dog. I keep telling y'all, you're not just going to keep doing what you want to do everywhere you want to do it and think that everybody else is supposed to subject themselves to how you feel and how you view things. No. Astro Sports says, we have a luxury hotel comparing to the other countries' prisons. I agree. Shout out to Queen J. Queen J says, if you watch Stranger Things Season 4, this is what Britney will be dealing with in Russia. Yikes. Let me get up on Stranger Things and see what's happening. Strange things for some change. Twizzy, I bet she better see what that mouth do over there. She better see what that mouth do. She better do whatever she got to do to get a year. I bet you she, listen, I guarantee you that if they said Britney, let me see. Britney B, what Britney said, what Britney Spears say, it's Britney, bitch. I bet you if they said, hey, listen, what you got between them legs? You want to go in the man part or you want to go in the woman part of the prison? I bet you she'd go in the woman part of the prison then. All of that tough talking, all of that walking around with that broad shoulders. And then they're going to say what that mouth do. Twizzy said, if I was locked up in Russia, BG would be at home, making money, minding her business. Britney is sleeping like a baby. So guess what I'm going to do? He going to go home. He going to sleep like a baby because it's equal. Everything is equal now. Everything is equal. Andrew Edwards says, what up, Time Dog? Britney plays in Russia off season, I believe. So she should have known better. And this ain't even the first season that she was over there. Thank you, Andrew Edwards. BC says the average WNBA ticket is around $50. What, for the whole front row? For the whole front row? Shh. Y'all better make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Headlines with a Voice says, she is lucky she didn't do it in a country like Singapore, entitled Americans. I can't stand these people. I'm going to be honest with you. What's going on, boo? We're responsible and accountable for our own decisions. I don't care how rough the prison is. She made the bed, got to sleep in it. Agreed. I 100% agreed. She's going to a Russian prison in Siberia. Ooh, wait. Ain't Siberia one of the coldest places on earth? Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. She better see what that mouth do. She better see what that mouth do. She better use her woman privilege. She better feminine up real fast. Get some of them years knocked off of that sentence. Let's continue. Serving 9.5 years. Brittney Griner. Let me remove this. Brittney Griner, Houston native who plays professional basketball for the Phoenix Mercury, was detained on February 17th as she returned to Russia to play during the WNBA's offseason after she was accused of having vape cartridges with an S, containing hashish oil, which is illegal in the country. That's her big old butt getting arrested. The two-time Olympic gold medalist who appeared in court Thursday for the final hearing in her trial is facing up to 10 years, although 9.5 years is the maximum sentence with time served. And she got the right to appeal. Oof. Shared an emotional statement in court ahead of the verdict coming Thursday. She apologized to her loved ones for the hurt that her detention has caused and said, see, listen to the key words right here. She apologized to her loved ones. I'm going to read the super chats. Don't worry. I'm going to get every last one of y'all today. I'm waiting on my flight. I'm over here at the airport. She apologized to her loved ones for the hurt that her detention has caused. This is still a lack of responsibility, ladies and gentlemen. She didn't apologize for doing the wrong thing. That's like somebody saying, I'm sorry if you feel offended. That's like somebody saying, I'm sorry if you feel offended. She didn't apologize for doing the wrong thing. She apologized for the hurt that they are experiencing as a result of her being detained. That is a lack of responsibility, ma'am. Take your L. Come get this L. Okay? And said that her parents instilled hard work in her, and this value is what brought her to Russia. Wow. Her parents instilled hard work. You can't even call that bussy. That ain't even bussy. This is something different. Because you know the boys that give it up like they girls, what do you call the girls that give it up like they boys? Dussy? I'm so fresh. Hey, if y'all don't have that teach, look at my skin. Look how gorgeous I am. If y'all ain't got that teach pack, make sure y'all get that teach. 30% off your first order plus a free gift. Link is in the description for you to get that teach pack. Let's continue. Says Griner's trip to Russia to play in the offseason has underscored the issue of pay inequality. We still talking about pay inequality with Brittney Griner? Are we still talking about pay inequality with Brittney Griner? Pay inequality in the professional How is it pay inequality when every single year the league lose money? Every single year the WNBA lost money. Every year. Every single year. Why should they get paid more when we already subsidizing a league? Many WNBA players have traveled around the world to play in the offseason because they don't make enough money during the season. Well, boo-hoo. According to the people on the Leaf Network platform last week, whose problem is that? You should have negotiated better. We don't tip. We don't tip. We don't go and save players against themselves over and overseas when they do things that they're not supposed to do. I'm not being quiet up in the airport. Rita walking by talking about this. Heck no. No. The same way that I walk the street and I be talking loud on camera, it's the same way I'm going to talk in the Delta Sky Club. Heck no. Heck no. Why? No, they should be a better product. You eat what you kill. You eat what you kill. Why should we subsidize their pay? Huh? Why should we subsidize their pay? We don't even tip. Why should we subsidize her sentence by trading the merchant of death in order to get this hussy over here? I think that Iman Shumpert should serve every one of his 2 years for his 6 ounces inside of the airport with his gun, with his bullets that he brought with him on top of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm telling y'all need to start casting out the lepers in the black community. The Lamar Whitehead, the pastor over there that got robbed, the PPP loan scammers that my boy Pocket watching with JT expose every single day. The people that's been finessing y'all, all of these corny pastors, the Brittney Griners, the Alphabet, all of these people should be outcasts. Y'all gotta stop supporting these people. Y'all gotta stop heralding these people as the champions of our community. And they said, well, who championing them? Y'all are, because y'all are the ones that's giving them money. Y'all the ones that's highlighting them and making them awesome. And when you have the opportunity to say something, you don't hold them accountable. Shh. I wouldn't trade that hoe for a pack of gum. I wouldn't trade her for a pack of gum. Aaron says Siberia is minus 50 in the winter. Whoa. They're going to have her in those labor camps in the coal mines. She better chill out. Shout out to Aaron, my dog. Service USA says, get caught with drugs in the Philippines and see what happens. You better believe I'm double checking my bags for any planted evidence before I go. And that's for planted evidence. That ain't even nothing that's your fault. Philip Sadiq says they are told before they go, no funny business. This ain't America. How many of y'all have ever been overseas? I'm curious as to how many of y'all has ever been overseas. Because anybody that's been overseas understands that they are playing no games with you. They not playing no games. And they let you know before you, all of your friends, if you say you're going somewhere, they let you know ahead of time, hey, don't be over there doing no funny business. You don't want to get caught up over there. They not playing no games. This is not America. This is not America. Blackjack, shout out for the 20 ball, says there are plenty of NBA players that play for other countries in the off season. So why is that a limit of interest the WNBA keep bringing up or brining up? Brittney, I'm just saying, why is that a thing when we have to, as men, be accountable? But then now that we got equal, y'all don't want to be accountable for your actions. Buck Nasty says, was in Singapore while in the Navy, and one of my shipmates got into a fight in town drunk. Y'all was in Singapore? Ship had to leave him, and he got charged for missing ship's movement. Was in the military, had to leave that mother. Had to leave him. Nope, you made your bed, now you got to sleep in it. And this is what men has been dealing with. So why shouldn't be, listen, she should be the example of what it is that we move in life. She should be the example and the poster child for modern women and what the consequences are of what men have to go through for an extended period of time. She should be the poster child, in my opinion. I know that ain't what y'all wanted to hear. I know that ain't what the feminists want to hear, but I'm just telling you the truth. Matthew Harper says, been listening to you ever since I found the late Kevin Samuels. Shout out to my dogs. I'm signing up for the Patreon. You have so much to give perspective-wise to young black men like myself, ready and willing to learn. Hey, if y'all want to join in the Patreon, link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. We're doing big things in the Patreon. We're doing phenomenal things, all right? Pouring into y'all, helping y'all get that money, millions of dollars worth of game, giving you the blueprint, helping you to change your entire life, and bringing you with a community of people that's going in the direction that you're going in. Shout out to Matthew Harper. Appreciate you for supporting the platform. Hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. Let's continue to deep dive into this, ladies and gentlemen. Many WNBA players travel around the world in the offseason because they don't make enough money during the season. An issue is that it's not as prevalent for NBA players. The top WNBA salary is $228,000 per season. I think they should remove a two. I think that they should remove a two. It should not be $228,000. It should be $28,000. As long as they continue to put out a losing product, they should only be paid according to what they profit. Unless you want to play for free or unless you want to pay for $28,000, that's not our problem. We should stop supplementing this bad product. Whereas NBA stars make over $20 million. Actually, they make over $40 million, over $50 million. Dame just signed a $100 million two-year extension. And as long as they can put out a product that we're willing to pay for, because I'm willing to pay $100,000 a year for my seats, then that's what they're going to get. My dog Sharon says, usually the Russian law enforcement is corrupt. A pay-as-you-go system, however, she should have recognized the moment. She should have recognized it. And now we got to trade this chick while Russia is in a war with Ukraine, and the United States and the West is trying to figure out how it is that they can supply Ukraine and get Russia out of there. Now we got to sit here and deal with this chick that's distracting from the real issues that we're dealing with in the world. All because you couldn't stop smoking? Okay. All right. Shout out to the Lockhart Perspective says, fake and plan. This is our new look for martyrdom. This will be our only thing left in the history books under the title Civil Rights Movement. Thank you, Black Lives Matter, and those that love them. Messing up whatever movement and the real issues that people are facing. Every single day you got homies down in Detroit and Chicago and Los Angeles and New York and all across the world and Little Haiti and Overtown over in Miami and all of these different places in Louisiana. And then we dealing with real issues in our life and we sitting here having conversations about Brittney Griner being free. Man, let her handle her own business. She got her own business. She got her own family, her own lawyers. This is what men have had to do for an extended period of time. Shout out to Aaron. Says, no games at all. I was walking down the street in Columbia, and the police randomly pulled up on me on a scooter and started searching me. Ain't no games. That's how we need to start doing in the United States. We need to start doing frisk. Stop and frisk. The Phoenix Mercury star held up a photo of her Russian teammates on Thursday and said that she made an honest mistake by packing vape cartridges in her bag. The prosecutor argued that Griner's guilt has proven and also asked that Griner pay a 16.5 fine, which is about 1 million Russian rubles. Rita, we take $16,000 over to Russia, we got 1 million rubles. 1 million Russian rubles. About what it takes to put on the WNBA game for an entire season. Oh, Lucid Experience says, finally signed into your Patreon on Monday. Good info there. Why did Shump fumble his bag like that, bringing stuff into the airport, shaking my... Because they have no accountability. Because forever, we always advocate for the people that do the wrong thing, which take resources away from the people that's actually really wrongfully convicted, because it's a lot of guys that's got accused of things that they didn't do, and they sitting and they rotting in jail. And instead of us spending our energy on those people, we spend our energy on Iman Shumpert and Brittney Griner. Got me getting loud inside of the Delta Club. I'm sick of it. Griner pleaded guilty to drug. She pleaded guilty. She pleaded guilty. She said, it's mine. I did it. I did what I wasn't supposed to do. Pleaded guilty to drug charges in court last month, saying that the vape cartridges containing hashish oil were in her luggage mistakenly, and that she had no intention of breaking the Russian law. I'll tell you what. Listen, I throw her a bone. This is what I propose. Trade her for something less. It's got to be. It can't be the Merchant of Death. You trade her for somebody else. You trade her for a dude that like slapped a chick or something like that. You know what I'm saying? We trade her for him. They got to pay for her. Pay for the man to fly back. And then here's the caveat. Then she do the time that she would have done here. She do her time here in our jails. Fair enough? She still got to do time, but she do it according to the American laws now. Because the problem is that if they flew her here and they traded her for the Russian Merchant of Death, she just gets scot-free, and she still ain't standing up for the national anthem. She still wouldn't stand up for the national anthem. She's still going to disrespect the country. She going to disrespect the very country that's begging to get her out of prison. No, she should go over there in Siberia. Why not? Guilty plea recommended by Russian attorney. She set an example of being... Look. She's brave. Never mind the soldiers that's over there that's still rotting away. That's political prisoners of war and all of this other type of stuff. But she's brave. She decided to take full responsibility for her actions. I wonder if she still feel that way now that she got that 9 ball. She facing a 9.5 ball, that 10 years. I wonder if she's still feeling brave. Or if she's starting to get back into her feminine energy. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. She was being brave and decided to take full responsibility of her actions, as she knows that she is a role model for many people. Hoppo, who's she a role model for? South Korea is no joke. I was there 2 years in the army. Everybody over there know Kung Fu. Even the kids are required to learn it in school. No BS. I didn't know that. I'm about to start taking Kung Fu. Considering the nature of her case, the insignificant amount of substance, and BG's personality and history and positive contributions to the global and Russian sport, the defense hopes that the plea will be considered by the court as a mitigating factor and there will be no severe sentence. No, girl. Oh, no, she's not a girl. I forgot. I think she identifies as other. No other. Mm-mm. She also testified that she has permission to use medical cannabis and a certificate to buy it in the U.S. Earlier this month, one of Griner's attorneys presented a letter from an American doctor in court giving her permission to use cannabis to reduce chronic pain. Ma'am, you are over here in Russia. USSR. Look at Rita doing like this to me. Keep it down. Keep it. Ma'am, you are over here in Russia. Russia. We play no games here. We play no games here. You are going to have to abide by the Russian laws. Okay? Listen, I don't care what you want me to call you. I can call you sir. I can call you ma'am. Whatever it is, but you're going to have to abide by the laws. The American basketball star said she was pulled aside after inspectors at the airport found vape cartridges and then was detained. She was not offered an explanation of her rights or access to an attorney. Listen, this is not the U.S. of A. Service USA says I'll be a kung fu teacher. This is not the U.S. of A. man. They don't have to read you your Miranda rights. What are y'all thinking? Some of y'all need to go over and live in some of these countries so that you can understand what personal responsibility and accountability is. You get over here and you get soft. Russia's invasion of neighboring Ukraine began 1 week after Griner was detained, and some of the officials have expressed concern that Americans jailed in Russia could be used as leverage in an ongoing war. You don't say. Look, doing all of the good things, holding up pictures. They have been wrongly detained and must be allowed to come home, reporters in Washington, D.C. reported. But a substantial proposal on the we put a substantial proposal on the table 2 weeks ago to facilitate their release. Our governments have communicated repeatedly and directly on the proposal. I'll use the conversation to follow up personally and hope to move us forward to a resolution. Look, last week, in a sharp reversal, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken announced that he would hold a call with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov in the coming days to discuss securing the freedom of Griner and former U.S. Marine Paul Whelan, who has been detained in Russia. Listen, y'all. Here's the key. U.S. Marine Paul Whelan has been detained in Russia in 2018. This is a person that has served our country admirably. U.S. Marine Paul Whelan has been there for over 4 years, serving our country admirably, and we are supposed to listen to Iman Shumpert, who walked through the airport with 6 ounces of trees and some gun clip with rounds of ammunition in it, and we supposed to lean on that? Nope. So we're going to leave him over there for over 2 years, and we ain't even started thinking about him until we started talking about Brittney Griner. And that's how we supposed to move? Is that how we do things? Is that the respect that y'all have for men in this country? Oh my God. They said they pressed the Kremlin to accept the substantial proposal that we put forth in the release of Paul Whelan and Brittney Griner. I'm not going to characterize its responses, but I can't give you an assessment of whether I think things are more or less likely, but it was important that he hear directly from me on that. Meanwhile, you got Iman Shumpert.
No, something happened over the weekend, and I don't know if this is true, but they said that nickname is the Merchant of Death.
Yeah.
I don't think that's an even swap. Like,
right.
Oh no, it is though.
That's what I'm thinking.
She that important though.
Is
That's
she?
what I'm saying. She is that important, bro. It's not cool,
Really?
bro. Listen to what
I'm
they
listening
tryna
to- I'm
hold.
listening to you.
We get what she's
They
saying.
trying to hold this lady for a pen that she probably forgot was in her bag. Like,
Well, she had a lot of them.
I tell you what, the next time that I get a chance, I'm gonna forget that I got a gun in my trousers when I walk through a federal courthouse too, and we're gonna see how that play out. No worries. No worries.
You got a lot of them.
I was just saying. I'm just saying facts. I'm not saying this.
This is what I'm saying. She's a WNBA player.
Yeah.
And she's traveling with a weed pen in the world that is
you can
legal.
smoke weed.
You can do whatever you want. So if that shit is just in her bag and she goes city.
No, sir. Every country has its own laws. I don't know if they taught you this in geography. You have to move accordingly when you go to somewhere else. You cannot do what you want to do when you want to do it.
City. Who's to say, oh yeah, we got to fly out the country. All right, cool. My bag already packed. And you just got pens. People hand you pens you go to a restaurant. Brittney Griner, wow. They'll hand you some pens. You'll put them in. It's like, bro, y'all tweaking over some pens like this lady came over here to be a drug dealer or something. She came here to mess up your society or something.
Top 5 highest paid in WNBA right now. She's not out here smuggling. She's not out here smuggling pens.
I don't like it, man.
Did Thickums just say top 5 highest paid in the WNBA right now? Did Bigum's nickname Thickums just say top 5 highest paid in the WNBA right now? When the top salary is $225,000 a year. Them hoes don't even make a quarter of what I make a year. They don't even make a quarter of what I pay myself a year. I can't stand people that just say random Thickums. Get some backbone. Get some backbone.
We know that she not smuggling.
Somebody
pens.
do something, man.
You think
there on our side.
You think Biden doing enough?
You need to be. He need to be, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's just not cool. We don't know what could happen to her.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We don't know what is.
I do. She gonna get 9.5 years, and she better turn into her feminine energy and fix it. You know what I'll say? Listen, let me stop, because Anton is a bad guy, and I'm the bad guy.
We don't know, and it ain't cool, bro.
You know, Biden talked to her wife. They had a conversation.
Yeah, but it's
they
just
didn't
like
disclose what the conversation
needs to be about when she coming home.
Posts about it and
I know.
You know what the difference between Biden and Putin is? Putin ain't no bitch. Putin like, listen, I don't care what you say. I'm gonna take over a whole fucking country because it's a threat to what I deem is not moving here. And this is why men that move in their masculinity is running the world. They do the same thing in China. But Putin said, listen, I don't care nothing about what Biden, what you think that holds some weight with me? This motherfucker that's holding this no card calling me, you think that holds some weight with me? Putin was like, that's nice. Get off my fucking phone, man.
Pictures of it. I don't want to
just make sure that shit get done.
Exactly. Go whole head. Go stay your ass. But Biden now, you go and stay a month out there for us. Do something. Do something. Y'all ain't. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna go in on it before they come.
Biden's supposed to.
Hey man, nah.
Hey, we gonna send the president of free world over there to stay a month to get Brittney Griner free. We got all of this stuff going on. He literally just killed the top terrorist in Afghanistan of Al Qaeda, another top one, and he's supposed to be dealing with Brittney Griner.
You saying the right thing? No, get on.
Again, a chick that wouldn't even stand for the national anthem.
Out there, boy. Get out there in them squad cars. Y'all got plenty squad cars everywhere. Get on out there and do something.
Free BG for sure.
Straight up. My bad. But what you saying about the WNBA?
That was definitely on the list of things to talk about.
I just can't even go without talking about Shorty, man.
That was definitely on the list to talk about. But we saw the WNBA All-Star game go down this past weekend, and Kelsey Plum won MVP. So shout out to her.
We don't care about that. We don't care about that. Listen, I want to summarize this live stream. Because I got a plane to catch. I want to summarize this live stream by playing somebody who I've recently really started to like a lot. A lot of people say that he's against what we have going on in society and he's against black culture. And I think that that's exactly what we need right now. I want to summarize this by playing somebody and reviewing a video of Charleston White. Charleston White specifically was speaking on Young Thug, but I don't even necessarily care about Young Thug per se. I care about what Young Thug represents. I care about what he represents. Let me play the video for y'all, and then I'm going to break it down.
Okay. You did mention certain shit about Young Thug, though. Like, and his whole case, the whole YSL thing.
Yeah.
Some people feel like it's an attack on rap.
I don't think it's an attack on rap when them people got over 50 shootings in Atlanta that's tied to them niggas. How's an attack on rap when he just buried his baby mama? How's an attack on rap when they got real footage, audio recordings of this nigga saying, Man, y'all niggas must have got soft. Y'all ain't killed them niggas yet. How that's an attack on rap? Maybe black people are fed up in Atlanta, homie, with millionaire niggas being gangster. Maybe black people are tired of their kids getting killed in Lenox Mall. You know, a kid did get killed in Lenox Mall last Christmas. No one really spoke about it. Maybe it's an attack on
one thing I'll meet you in the middle with is that I think there's a propaganda saying that it's just lyrics. Like, oh, they're getting targeted for lyrics. I think there's a little bit more.
Maybe there's an attack on everything. The attack is on everything. And when I say everything, I'm talking about the attack is on masculinity. It's what we normalized as right. It's an attack on doing the right thing, going to school, having the right perspective, being respected, doing things legally. But you can literally have these dudes running roughshod, ordering hits on people. Listen, I'm not going to say no names, but I was sitting next to a guy in first class on my way back home from, where was we on our way back home from, Rita, when I was sitting next to the new homie? New York? Was we on our way home from New York? I'm sitting on next to my friend, and he has an inside scoop, and he says, "Bro, do you know that these dudes ordered a hit on one of the correctional officers in the prison because he wouldn't give in and he wanted to do the right thing?" I said, "So what happened?" He said they made a mistake and hit the wrong house and killed the 85-year-old neighbor that lived next door. And y'all want these dudes free? Okay.
Listen, when you guys say it's a little bit more, how many more people have to die behind these niggas? Everybody know in Atlanta, Young Thug is a stepper, homie. You think the police don't know? If we know, you think they don't know?
Well, I'm thinking, well, maybe Young Thug back in the day, but Young Thug is a millionaire now.
Homie, they got
At what point are you absolved from the crimes and the ways that you do things, or do you still have to pay the price for the things that you've done in the past? Why are we willing to tear down statues and hold people accountable that conquered the country and all of that other type of stuff, but we're unwilling to deal with, even though he was still operating the way that he's operating today, but we unwilling to deal with the things that we see happening right in front of our faces? I had the little homie on my live stream talking about if he seen somebody robbing somebody or breaking into somebody's house and car, he wouldn't even call the police as a concerned citizen. It's insane, man.
Recordings. You think these people just making this up? They got this man a millionaire. They done denied Kevin Lyles giving up all this money. Do you think them people just go make it up, homie, just to be getting a millionaire nigga on drugs? He don't pose a threat to no white supremacy. He don't pose a threat to nothing the government does. Why would they go after him? Just to be going after him. They got evidence that ties them to over 50 shootings, at least 20-some homicides. They got evidence, homie, in recordings, in people telling it. So how can you say, and we say as black people, this is an attack on us? When are we going to attack what's attacking us then? If this is an attack.
Yeah, that's a word. God put a word in that man's spirit. He said, when we going to attack what's attacking us? When are we going to attack what is attacking us? At what point? Listen, I've seen so many different commentaries before I started studying this guy, Charleston White. I've seen so many different commentary of people saying that they don't like him, they're going to step on him when they run into him, it's on sight, they hate him. And this is one of the only people, listen, as inarticulate as this man is, this is one of the only people that I've personally seen that have a platform that is, you know, has some kind of visibility outside of like a Thomas Sowell or Officer Tatum or, you know, somebody that's on the Republican side or something that y'all want to demonize, a Candace Parker or something like that, that ain't got a political microphone. This is one of the only people that has some visibility that I've seen stand up and say, yo, when we going to attack what's attacking us? When we going to turn the narrative around, and why do we keep celebrating the thing that's the worst for us? I said black culture is trash, and everybody tried to kill me for it. They said, Anton, you are wrong. Shout out to Danny Ramsey. Danny Ramsey. He says, this is a perfect example of why most athletes should be seen and not heard. This is why they told LeBron, just shut the fuck up and dribble. Shut up and dribble. We don't want to hear your takes. Listen, we love you for what it is that you do. We love you for being married. We love you for your school, but we don't want you to tell us how to vote because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. One of the only people that's actually standing up and saying something because they're not moved by the mob. When we gonna turn this thing on his head?
On us, why isn't nobody of reputable character coming out defending them?
Let me ask you a question. Let's say some of these things have some credence and could be possibly true. Explain to me why someone who comes from the background like Young Thug would become a millionaire, where he's helping. He could financially do whatever he wants, flying private jets, living in mansions, changing hundreds of people's lives. Why would that person even still want to be close to crime?
Same way Pablo Escobar, John Gotti, Sammy the Bull, same way those.
But they made their living off crime.
What kind of question is this? Think about this, y'all. The question is, this man is a millionaire. Why is he still tied to crime? Why do any of these idiots continue to do what they do? It's not our responsibility to substantiate why you got money and you still ordering hits on people. It's not our problem. That's not our responsibility to tie that in. That's your responsibility to stand up and do the right thing. And if you're not doing the right thing, then we're going to hold you accountable because you're creating an environment that's toxic for our children. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. That is not our, I don't even have to answer that question. Charleston White is the closest thing to KS as far as black men's image. Wow, that's a big thing. I'm gonna have to study Charleston White. I'm gonna do some more reaction videos to Charleston White. I'm very curious about this dude because he was speaking absolute positively truth on this whole subject.
Yeah, he did too. Young Thug did not make his whole living off rap lyrics. He made his whole living
Don,
off gangsterism. Selling gangsterism, homie. So when Lil Wayne tour bus was getting shot up, but when they were saying, man, Young Thug, you think we just supposed to ignore that? When he became a millionaire, millionaires do this stuff. We see it all the time, with Young Thug.
Wyatt says the same guy that's promoting weed and trash scent behavior on the shot. I don't know if you're talking about Charleston White, but I know he's spitting truth right here. I don't know if you. Thank you for the 10 ball, Wyatt. I appreciate you, but he's spitting truth right here.
Black youngster, we see these niggas, homie. They the dumbest people in the world. They're not the smartest individuals just because they're millionaires. These
Facts.
are poor guys who overnight come with overnight success. That the industry give these niggas money, to propagate this gangster shit. And so what happens is they get caught up into the characters and they get caught up into the lyrics, homie. They live in these lyrics.
What do you mean the character?
The character of a rapper. YSL. Young Thug. He never became community guy. He never became the nigga. He still was gangster, even in the community giving back. He wasn't giving back in the name of a good man.
By the way, I think it's interesting. Recently, they announced that there's going to be 2 more indictments. Lil Baby has been doing the most community work I've ever seen since then. Do you think it might be too late for certain, individuals? Because I think people are trying to clean up now. They know that.
Listen, I don't care how popular you are. I don't care how many bars you spit. I don't care how dope you are. I want a better community for my people and for my kids. I want the best thing for the people that's around me. I'm tired of these people continuing to do the worst thing and then being celebrated and rewarded for it. I'm tired of it, bro. Meanwhile, they'll throw church leaders under the bus, but then these dudes will get celebrated. They teach you bad financial literacy. They tell you to do the worst things for yourself. They give bad dreams and aspirations and telling you to move a specific type of way. Future specifically even said that I don't even do the things that, yep, I'm good. Thank you, my friend. He said, I don't even do the things that I'm telling y'all to do in my lyrics. I don't even do drugs like that. And y'all celebrate them, and y'all defend them, and y'all love them for it. So disgusting.
This DA is not playing around. Everybody's trying to clean up.
So if everybody's trying to clean up, then why would we even think that this is an attack on rap? Because if it's an attack on rap, we don't have to clean up. We fight back. Correct. If you're attacking me, I don't have to clean up nothing. I fight back with what I do. This is what I do. You notice every time I need something, I go to holler about the community work I do. I go back to what I really do. Nigga, I really help kids. I really work in the community because I really do that. Whenever there's some pressure, I go back to what I really do this.
I like this guy.
So if you really do this, why you have to clean up? I don't have to clean up. Nobody's dying around me. I've never buried a.
I like this guy. Tap says the accountability partner says, is Lapeef still doing the show tonight? Yep, we doing the show tonight. We doing it in person though. We're gonna be all in the same room having a conversation, and you're gonna see just how feminine these chicks really are. We're gonna do it all in the same room with the same people, and we're gonna see exactly how Lapeef Let's Talk tonight is getting popping. Make sure you subscribe to the Millionaire Morning Show, Lapeef Network, Anton Daniels, and This is Fight Club.
In the gun violence, never in my life. I've never buried a friend in gun violence. I've never lost a friend to being shot and killed. I don't know nobody that's been shot and killed, huh? A friend. Ain't nobody around me dying.
Me
I don't know death.
What do you think is gonna happen with Young Thug?
He going to jail as he should.
You think he should?
Yeah, I think he should.
He's facing probably 10 to 15.
He need about 10. He need about 10.
Some people say he could get up to 20.
Well, he deserve it, but he need about 10.
What do you think about Gunner? Gunner's one of those people, I think most people say he might have just been one of those guys who just didn't hop out the car type of shit.
Choices and decisions. You made a choice to get in the car with those guys, so you have to pay too. Guilty by association. Our parents taught us that. Our parents taught us.
You don't believe in wrong place, wrong time?
No. Our parents taught us you can be caught in the wrong place in the wrong time with the wrong people.
I like this guy. I love Charleston White. Charleston White might be the cover man of my new YouTube banner that's going to be on my channel. Charleston White is spitting. And that same rule and that same principle apply to Brittney Griner. The same rule and the same principle apply to Young Thug and Gunna. The same rules and the same principles apply to Iman Shumpert getting caught in the airport with 6 ounces of trees and a gun clip with a bunch of ammunition inside of it. The same rules apply. I want to see, listen. I'm tired of y'all saying free these people in the community. I want to see jail time. I want to see real time. Get these streets cleaned up. Get these motherfuckers off the street. I'm so tired of seeing these people on the streets. Fucking up the community, selling drugs, stealing cars. I follow this page on Instagram called Crimes in the D, and they is over there tearing everything up. Everything that we trying to build in downtown Detroit. I'm building a whole new business, about to put $250,000 into the business, and I got to worry about these motherfuckers over here tearing up. I'm sick of it. I'm absolutely sick of it. Why is it so hard, Anton, for us to understand the work we have to do for our community to be better? I don't know. I don't know why it's so hard. I don't know why it has to be that way, LaShawn. Actually, I do know why. It's because the loudest ones in the room are often the ones that are doing the most egregious things. And they bully other people into believing that they're doing the right thing. They bully their neighbors and not helping the police to catch the criminals. They bully people and believe in their philosophies and their thoughts. And it's absolutely positively the worst thing in our society for us. Right is right and wrong is wrong. It shouldn't be right is wrong and wrong is right. We're sick of it. We're absolutely sick of it.
It's about choices and decisions. Who you choose to hang out with. This ain't about nothing else, homie, but what you choose to do. Your choices and your decisions. That's what's affecting your life more than anything. And that's what I think we fail to teach these rapping niggas. Nigga, this is your choices. You need to be held accountable, and we don't hold these niggas accountable.
Do you think Young Thug is a bad person?
Yeah. I think you're a bad person, homie. When his baby mama died, homie, and he was online talking about broke people shouldn't have kids, I knew every bit of that man was a bad person. Because why don't you pull away? You just lost one of your children's mother, my nigga. Pull away.
Oh, man.
What else do you need to get your attention?
Yo, if your baby mother dies, if you bury your baby mother and you're online talking about something completely irrelevant to what's going on with your baby mama, that is insane. That is a heartless mother
person as a man, and life is going good or life is going bad. What has to happen to make you say, I want to be better, I want to do something different? Maybe I'm not living right.
You know, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm 100% of the belief that everything is going to shit. Everything is messed up, real talk. I believe that everything is messed up. I believe that what we celebrate, and I still stand on what I said almost exactly 1 year ago to the date. Amira did a whole show on it this past Sunday. Almost 1 year ago to today. I said it before. I stood on it. I defended it. Me and Kevin Samuels talked about it behind the scenes and openly in person. And I'm going to say it again today. On August 4th, 2022, on my way to catch a plane, unlike Iman Shumpert, I don't have any kind of gun ammunition or anything in my bag. Unlike Iman Shumpert, I'm walking around free. I don't have to worry about nothing. I'm not getting caught up in no nonsense. Unlike Brittney Griner, I'm not out here in these streets blaming the society that we live in because in America, this is what we do versus what it is that I'm doing in other countries. I take responsibility for my own actions just like many men before them done. And I'm going to stand on the same thing I said from a year ago. Black culture, the things that we celebrate the most, is absolutely, positively, 100% trash. It's trash. The things that y'all love, the scamming, the PPP loans, the living off the government, begging Biden, your daddy, in order to try to forgive your student loans because you decided you wanted to go and get a basketball degree. Baby mamas, getting pregnant, not putting on a rubber, busting these hoes down and then worrying about the fact that you got to deal with her for the rest of your life because you got a kid by her. Celebrating these thugs and these criminals and these rappers that actually do the worst things for our society and then want to sit here and hold Anton accountable for telling us the truth because he talks too harsh and he should give his information away for free. Fuck you. Join the Patreon if you want to align yourself with a group of people that actually is doing the things that's the best for our community and not actually taking away from it but pouring into it. These rappers, they come into your community, they do shows, they take money from your city and then they go and blow it on the things that's the worst for you. I go into your city and I actually do for your community. They come into your city and they take from your community and you celebrate the worst for us and then you try to tear down the people that's actually standing up for something. And y'all think that this makes sense. You think that this makes sense. You genuinely believe that you're doing the right thing. I challenge you. Bro. Listen, a year ago I said that black culture is trash, the things that we celebrate the most, and they came from it. And you know what I said? And I say the same thing today. Because let me tell you something. One thing that they can't do is they can't shut me up. You can't shut me up because I'm already there. I already got the bag. I'm already rich. I already walk around with rollies. I'm already flying first class. I do everything I want to do when I want to do it. You finally got somebody like me that's going to stand up for you and say, yo, we got to do the right thing and we got to stop celebrating the trash and making excuses and allowing people to run in the Victim Olympics. I want you to do better. I want you to make more money. I want you to get rich. And then I want you to tip and take care of people because that's American culture. And then people get mad at it and they get bothered by it and they say, Anton, you're not supposed to say that. Nope. I'm going to say it, and I'm going to talk to them. Shout out to For the Lady. August 4th is your birthday. Shout out to you. Happy birthday, my love. Again, I'm about to go and catch this flight. Let me read these last few super chats. Julius Germain says, watch his Say Cheese interview downtown. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to check it out. We're going to do a whole breakdown. I like Charleston White. Charleston White been speaking out against gangster culture. They hate him because he went to jail for murder in the hood. He certifies, but they can't shut him up. Interesting. Blackjack says, had an unknown older man put me to the side and tell me we are in the times where the godly are being attacked by the popular devil and are beginning to prevail. Not on my watch. I'm the darkest angel. Not on my watch. I'm the darkest angel. Shout out to Mr. BX87 says, Anton and Mrs. Rita are like Noah and Nemai from the Ark. We can't save everyone. I'm going to try. But those that can be saved, I am going to save them. Pass a love offering. Thank you, Brock. Listen, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to continue to pour into y'all. If y'all need to kick it with me personally, email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com, and I'm going to get you scheduled for a personal call or Zoom session. And again, the link to the Patreon is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I am going to be in Atlanta. Make sure that you tap into the Lapeef Let's Talk show tonight. And then for those of you that want to live stream the event that we got going on Friday and Saturday, and if you want to shoot down to Atlanta and kick it with us and come to the show, we are going to be kicking it. VIP tickets are sold out, but tap in with me. I may be able to get you in the back door. You know what I'm saying? But make sure that you go to any Lapeef video, tap into that video, click the link in the description, and then you go ahead and get your tickets, and I'm going to be kicking it in Atlanta. I'm going to be there. JR going to be there. My friend's going to be there. We're going to have a good time. We're going to let it pop. We're going to let it play, and we're going to get it popping. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Do the right thing. Don't get caught up in all of this foolishness. Shout out to Sir Shah. Says, I'm going to be in Detroit next week. Hopefully we link. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for supporting the platform. But do me one more favor before we get out of here. Make sure you share this with your family and friends. We don't want to be successful and rich by ourselves. We're going to take over the whole world, and we're going to take over our communities. No more playing around. No more victim Olympics. No more making excuses. We holding people accountable because we equal accountability partners, and we're going to do the work. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. See y'all tonight on Lapeef Let's Talk. Peace, family.